Hey everyone, I'm back. Ram here for another session. I'm also known as the DNA hacker. I teach people how to reprogram their DNA. I've time tested this over the course of the last 2 decades, and in the future you'll be learning what DNA hacking is. I got a nice setup now, be able to get a board, be able to do some nice lectures so you can learn how you can reprogram your life from the inside out, not just focusing on what you eat, but there's a lot of other elements that I teach that can be under your control. Today we're going to be talking about skincare. And if you want more information, go to my blog. Anytime I do a video, oftentimes there'll be an accompanying blog with more information. It's absolutely free and the link is below. Go, subscribe. We're going to be putting regular content, at least 2 to 3 videos a week, if not more. And it's going to be a great source of information. You will be getting stuff here that you won't get anywhere else. And I'll try to mention that as I go through. Okay, so in terms of skincare, it's important to keep in mind something, which we are mindlessly going through our life thinking that we do not have control over the process of aging. And we have more control than we think. So one of the things that's happening right now is that gravity is tugging at my skin, constantly tugging at my skin. You notice that as you get older, you see an older person, what happened to their skin? Their skin is sagging. It's as if somebody's been pulling it, and now you see the effects of years of gravity working on the skin. The skin is able to retract and hold the tautness of the skin when you're younger, but as you start getting older, your skin is unable to do it as effectively. You can help your skin by doing some yoga postures that I'll be doing back here shortly that actually counteract the effects of skin. So you'll want to tune to that near the end of the video. I will, below, I'll put a short little time frame there where those poses are. Okay, so some things that you can do to actually help your skin are the following. Number one is hydration, very simple. We're mostly water, and if you don't hydrate yourself, then it's going to be reflected on your skin. The analogy that I use is of leather. If that leather is not retaining the moisture, it doesn't look lubricated, it's going to look worn out, beaten, drying out. And the skin is one of the principal ways the principal areas where you actually see the effects of a lack of wellness, where toxicity is occurring. You can see it reflected on the skin. You want radiant skin, there's a number of things you have to do. I mentioned them in this blog post. One thing that I mentioned there as well are breathing exercises. I mentioned one, alternate nostril breathing, that you can easily find a video for on YouTube to learn how to do. I'm not going to be illustrating it today. However, to actually really master what's known as Pranayama Yoga, these breathing exercises, it actually goes beyond the breathing. It's an element that you bring through concentration, through energy work, as an airplane is going by again. It's something that you want to master is certain deeper practices that are not just simple breathing. The breathing only takes you just so far. That's something that I teach advanced students that have made it past my 66-day program that I offer online and live as well. So if you're interested in that 66-day program, it's a revolutionary program. You want to check out the link below, go to my website, go to work with us, and there's an apply button there. You apply to work with me and to get on a free coaching session where there's no strings attached. You will get great information, and I'll be there to serve you. All right, so let's go back to hydration. So hydration is key. So you want to make sure that you keep yourself hydrated so that your skin looks nice and healthy, and it's reflecting inner balance. The foods you eat matter, and on that blog post, I mentioned certain things you want to do. Again, we emphasize a vegan diet, a whole plant-based diet that reverses the effects of almost, if not all, Western-related chronic illnesses. And so you want to actually eat better so that you want energy low foods, keep your weight in line with enough protein and enough calories, but nutrient, very, very nutrient rich, the so-called superfoods. in my book, The Art of Stress-Free Living. You can get a free copy on my website, or you can get it on Amazon. 100% of the money goes to charitable causes. So if you want to do a donation, go to Amazon. If you just want to get it for free, I don't judge. Get it wherever you want. You can get the book on my website. In that book, I cover a comprehensive list of things that I suggest. They were more focused on stress and anxiety and depression, more on mental health, but all of those foods are also important, as I emphasize in that book, for overall health and wellness. It is not the only thing. I have not mastered the art of healing just by doing that. So you want to make sure for your skin to actually eat well. But there's a number of things you can do. It's a holistic package that you want to do. For stress, I teach that in that book and in my 66-day program. All right, so another thing that you want to do is moisturize. But when you moisturize, what you're trying to do is you're trying to prevent loss of moisture from your skin. It's kind of hydration and preventing the loss of that hydration through your skin. You're having imperceptible perspiration, loss of water through your skin. Guys tend to not moisturize their skin as much as ladies, but you want to actually do this even if you're a guy, and you want to do it in your entire body, your face, especially the areas of your body that are exposed to the air. And if you live in up north in the wintertime, or you're out in a desert, let's say, where it's dry, it becomes more important. So you want to apply that moisture against gravity, always against gravity, like putting a glove on or putting a sock on. You want to go against gravity. So why don't we jump in real quick with the poses, because I think that's going to be a good segue now, since we're talking about gravity. So there's 4 poses. I'm going to illustrate 3 of them. We're going to show a very easy one that anybody can do, where it's going to really be focusing on the neck and face. And that's a preparation to headstand. Then we'll show forearm stand, and we'll show also headstand. I will illustrate them right here, but you can actually do them on a near wall, and you can have somebody assist you to get on. But ultimately you want to master them, because if you do master them, you can hold them for longer, and eventually you can integrate what I teach in my programs, which is certain inner concentration and breathing techniques that explode this power that will be unlocked when you're in inverted and you're doing these poses. It actually magnifies the effect of the inversion. So let's go over here. So the first pose is the preparation to headstand. Just sit comfortably like here in your heels. If you cannot sit on your heels, then just come on your knees. But ultimately what you want is, you want the top of your head on the mat. So you bring your head down. Wait, let me tuck this. You bring the head down, push up. And you want to hold this pose as long as you feel comfortable. You're going to feel the stretching on the skin. And you can hold that as long as you want. The second one would be forearm stand. This one I find a little bit more challenging than the headstand. I don't illustrate handstand, but handstand would work well if you're doing it with your head perfectly aligned all the way up. Not necessarily arch or trying to look up or looking at the floor. You want to be looking that way, as I'll illustrate with forearm stand and with headstand. But that's a little bit more advanced, and if you do master handstand, you can practice handstand as well. But I find that you tire out more. I feel like after a minute or so, you start to kind of concentrate more on the arms. So for forearm stand, plan here, wall could be right here. You can jump up, and then if the wall is there, just touch the wall. Come up, and again hold. You don't want to be like this, you want to be aligned. And you just hold it there. And then of course, headstand. Lock, interlace, make sure the little finger that is underneath is not jammed under this hand, because it'll hurt. Unjam it. On the top of your head again, and then come up. If you cannot come up, then just jump up and touch the wall, and then again hold. So those are 3 poses. The more often you practice them, the better. I practice them at least 30 minutes to an hour. Again, I'm Ram, and I hope this served you well. Namaste.